How do we make friends with our physical pain during meditation? Well, I would say one of the easiest ways of doing that is part of the practice. When you start to chip away at not self, when you start to depersonalize stuff that's going on in your body, it doesn't bother you as much. You just kind of understand, this is just pain in the body, right? And so it's not forcing you into lots of negativity and aversion. You're able to kind of be able to step back and be more like the scientist or the doctor and observe it. You're observing that pain. Observe, just like I said before, observing it arises, observe how it changes. If you're really observing it deeply enough, you notice it's not just one feeling. It's actually a lot of different little feelings that are doing a lot of different things. And observe these aspects of the physical pain. And also, one thing I will say is, there's meditation pain and there's real legit pain. And the difference between that is this. If you had an accident or you were an athlete and you hurt yourself or something like that, and you have bad knees, bad back, these kind of things, that's real legit pain. That's something that I've never heard a teacher suggest to sit there and observe that pain, because that can be damaging. Now, meditation pain is after you've been meditating a couple days and your back's really tight and you feel like, this pain, or your legs fall asleep, or these kind of pains. That's the kind of pain that you can do your best to sit with for as long as possible. Do your best to really try to be with it, observe it, see what it does to your mind, see the thoughts that arise because of that pain. So you're really kind of, when you're making friends with it, you're not putting any aversion into it. You're not putting any negativity into it. It's just pain. And because you have pain because you have a body. Because you craved for a new body, now you have pain. Welcome back to the world. And also the more you practice, the more you realize if you build up aversion to the pain, you're harming yourself. You're putting yourself in a mind state that is just not comfortable. It's not nice. It's leading you away. You can notice, you're in this nice, calm state, and all of a sudden pain comes, and you just notice as the aversion builds in your mind, and your concentration just goes right out the window. So, I'm a big, as you can tell when I talked about the hindrances, I'm a big fan of making friends with these things, of looking at them in a positive light. These are your teachers. They're giving you this experience so that you can learn from it. It doesn't help you at all, to really allow yourself to be negative about it. For example, to go back to what I was talking about, like how I've advanced in terms of sound, right? We had, maybe 3.5 years ago, I was in this room, we were at a retreat, and for 2 days straight, at night, there was just crickets. Straight crickets, 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 crickets. And I was just like going nuts. I was just hating the crickets and being averse and all these kind of just a really negative mind state. And all of a sudden, it clicked in me. Actually, there's a wonderful saying by a teacher called Ajahn Chah, and it says, "Is the noise bothering you, or are you bothering the noise?" And I heard that years before this happened. So I was like, that sounds nice. But I realized that night what I was doing. I was bothering the noise. I was going out with my aversion and my ill will. So instead of just being at peace with the noise and being okay with it. And so that night, those 2 nights, the crickets became my teacher. And they helped me out a lot. So. Pain is our greatest teacher when it comes to aversion, right? Because it's the most outward, the most obvious thing that we're averse to. There's a lot of things that we have aversion to, but pain is the most obvious.